Despite the Moroccan people's utter rejection of normalization of relations with the Zionist entity, the Moroccan government opened the door wide for the Zionist occupation to roam throughout the country, taking advantage of Morocco and its people.
Well, first and foremost, it represents a betrayal of the Palestinian cause and of the Palestinian people themselves. Morocco is being offered a deal. If it accepts the crimes of the apartheid against the native Palestinians, then in return the US will accept its crimes within the Western Sahara region, which it currently occupies. In this way, it is in fact getting a green light to become more aggressive against the Polisario Front, which is the government in exile from the Western Sahara, and the West will turn a blind eye.
In an important development, the Chief of Staff of the Occupation Army is starting a visit to Morocco amidst fierce and harsh criticism to the Makhzen regime, who's reaffirming its stance seen as a blatant violation of the United Nations Charter of the resolutions of international legitimacy.
Well, Morocco is losing the battle for public opinion, particularly in Africa. The African Union has accepted the independence of Western Sahara at the expense of losing Morocco from the Union, which is a huge step for a group which is set up to keep Africa united and to keep African countries working together. This shows that Morocco is the only actual UN recognized country that is not recognized by the African Union or a member of the African Union. It shows how deeply the African Union feels in regards to the Western Sahara question.
The visit of the Zionist top commander to Morocco has seen a rejection demonstration in the streets as people are expected to gather in front of the parliament to renew their refusal of relations, reiterating their unwavering support for the Palestinian people after Morocco became the sixth Arab state to officially recognize the Zionist state.
Well, Moroccans are courageous and passionate people, and Morocco is a country with an ancient and proud past. Many people there support their monarchy generally, and will be at odds at how to reconcile these points with the great betrayal that is currently taking place. There will be anger at this decision, but will that anger be enough to get a large response?
Analysts consider this first ever visit a political and military infiltration in the North African country. It is worth mentioning that Morocco opted for clinching a deal many see as a blackmail just to obtain more support to recognize its so-called sovereignty over Western Sahara, which remains the only colony in the African continent. Meanwhile, the country is experiencing an unprecedented rise in prices, which has prompted citizens to express their dissatisfaction, whether by taking to the streets or through initiatives on social networks.